I love my Steam Deck. It's actually one of my favorite purchases in recent memory. But if you're anything like me and you have medium to large hands, you may find the grip of your Steam Deck to be a bit lacking. So if I put the Steam Deck to this angle, you can see what I mean here. You see all this empty space that I have within my hands? It just goes unserved. So for me, what that ends up leading to is a little bit of tingliness in my ring finger and in my pinky fingers, just over a long play session. And maybe 45 minutes to an hour and a half, I might start feeling that tingliness in my ring finger and pinky finger. Now, this doesn't affect everybody, right? If you have smaller hands, the Steam Deck might just fit perfect. But for me, one of my complaints with this thing is that I feel like it lacks a little bit of grip. And that's where this thing comes in. This is the grip case bundle for the Steam Deck by Skull & Co. So really cool thing about this, it does come with a grip and a case that fits this grip, because that's one of the problems with the stock case. And this grip case actually comes in a few colors, which is really cool. I did get the black model, but they also have a purple and something they call coyote, which is kind of like a gray color. I'll put that on screen now so you guys can see that. So if you really didn't want, you can just pick up the grip case, but I do recommend you do get the hard shell, especially when I reveal the price of this thing. You're not gonna believe it. So basically, this grip case addresses a few problems with the Steam Deck's ergonomics for me. Now let's get that grip case out so you guys can see what it looks like. So here's the grip case. It is very flexible. I believe it's made of TPU. It is really, really nice. Upon closer inspection, you see it has like little gaming stuff. See here we have a Pac-Man logo. We have what looks like an Invaders logo. We have a skull, and we have kind of like a Mario question mark coin thing. Bunch of other stuff in here. It says grip case for Steam Deck. Really, really nice on the inside. Along the top, we have some cutouts. Really nice to see nothing where the shoulder goes, which is really nice. I'll show you. And then over on the back, we do have a cut for where it says Valve, which is really cool. And a little bit of grip along the sides. First thing I love about this case is just how easy it is to install. So we take my Steam Deck, and all you have to do is push it all the way down and push it back. And just like that, it is all the way in. Now looking at it from the top, we do have button covers for the power that still feel really good. They do feel like I would relate it to maybe like a Spigen case. Feels really, really good, really tactile. You got cutout for the volume, for the vents. And really important here, we have a kind of cutout for a 90-degree USB-C plug. So for those docking situations, we still have a little light indicator cut. And like I said, nothing covering those shoulder buttons and triggers, which is super, super awesome. And this black color looks really, really good, blends really well with the device. And now look at my grip with this grip on. That is damn near perfect. Damn near perfect. Exactly what I was looking for in a grip case. And now I like this case a lot because I know a lot of people recommend the Kill Switch, which is double the price of this. It does come with some stickers, and I do think it is a good value. But one thing that a lot of people don't mention is how much added weight that case adds. That is about 172 grams compared to this case, which is 130 grams. So this is much lighter, it's much slimmer. And plus, check out this really cool feature of this case. Now your Steam Deck can stand on its own, which is really, really nice for when you want to charge it. So I'll take my charger over here, and you can see just how lovely this experience is of charging the deck just like this. So I don't really like to lay it down and charge it. I usually put it in the case. Like when I'm using this case, I would put it inside and flip it over to charge it because I didn't want to leave it like this. But now I feel like this is really, really nice. So this is a 75-degree viewing angle. It is only one viewing angle, but I just think this is super, super cool if you want to play, you know, like on a desk mode with a controller. But moving along, this does also come with a carrying case, which is very, very nice. I was surprised to see the quality of this thing matches the quality of the OEM case. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the only thing I miss about the original case is this little Steam Deck logo. I really like the Steam Deck LCD and Steam Deck OLED logo. I think it adds so much to this little thing. And also, I think it's cool, it has this like little lock. So if you did want to put something here to lock up the Steam Deck, this is a really, really cool thing. It just, you know, it has those little accents, you know, like these things matching this. It looks cool and it feels good. So I have this little paper Steam Deck that the grip case comes in. But I think this case is really nice. I don't want to undermine it. I don't want to say like, I don't want to come off as ungrateful to Valve for including this with the Steam Deck. I think this is awesome. Another cool feature of this case is that, you know, you can put a charger in here. There's like a little space back here where you can put something. And I'm going to demo what that actually looks like. Now, unfortunately, there isn't really like a super clean way for this to go inside. You kind of just have to shove it in there and kind of pray for the best. But it's not all that clean. Like, yes, it'll work, but at the same time, it's not functionally well enough that I would want to do this on a regular basis. I'd rather just keep the charger separate if it's going to look like this, to be completely honest. Now, it does have a little handle so you can carry it like a suitcase, which is nice as well. But yeah, I think this is awesome that it comes with this case, but it does have its flaws. I want to talk about one of the first flaws with this case. The first of which, you cannot use it with a grip case. This one fits slightly because it's a little bit slim, but still it's very hard to close now because of the added bulk of the grip case. So this is not going to work with anything but a naked Steam Deck. And if you're like me, you do not feel comfortable with that. I know it's nice to keep it inside the case while you're not using it, but what if while you're using it, you accidentally drop it or you accidentally scuff it against something? It's nice to have a little bit of protection. And now let's remove this grip case. So it's relatively simple, just push back, and just like the same way you took it out, you put it back in, and it's relatively easy to remove, which is something I really love about this case. So the second flaw I have with this case, the original case, is the fact that it's a little bit hard to remove the Steam Deck. Like, the only way, if you try to grab it from the sides, it's pretty snug in there. The only way to really grab it is to grab like this little bit of device that you have to hold it. And I don't feel good about that. Like, it feels like annoying to pull out. So I was like, I wish there was something I could make this easier to pull out my Steam Deck. So that's where the Skull & Co. carrying case comes in. So, and first I want to show you what this comes with. So it has this nice little middle portion. It's going to cover the screen, which is really nice. But it has this. This is super important. This is a pull tab, and it's also a lock. So just like that, we can put the Steam Deck in there. And to get it out, it is very, very easy. Okay? Look at that. Compared to trying to grab it like this with nothing on the device, is night and day difference. And of course, we have our grip case, which is super easy to install. And we can put that in there. Boom, and it fits perfectly. Now, another really nice thing this thing comes with is actually this microfiber cloth. So if I power this off for a second, you're gonna get a lot of fingerprints and smudges using your Steam Deck. I mean, I have some here. I've recently cleaned it, but this is something that is invaluable to have. So it's really nice that they include it with the case. And this does also have some slots to put some other stuff, maybe like an SD card. So you can basically use this as a dedicated computer, maybe have photos or something or videos in some of these SD cards, and you can keep them safe with your Steam Deck. Or maybe you have a massive library and you have them scattered through different SD cards. This is going to be really nice to have a bunch of space to have somewhere to store those SD cards. So overall, I really like this thing. And the crazy part about it is the price. I picked this up on Amazon. I'm going to show you the price on screen right now, how much I paid for it. And I think this is an unbelievably good deal, especially if you're like me. Like I said, if you have medium to large hands and you wanted something to enhance your Steam Deck experience, this is going to be huge. This is a game changer. Not only that, but it also improves upon some of the flaws of the original case, like being able to pull it out easily and allowing you to use a grip case. Now, the only thing I want to mention is that if you are going to use this grip case or any grip case, you got to keep in mind this will not work with the stock dock. So that's something to keep in mind. You do want to have some sort of dock that's a little bit wider to fit this, to fit the SteamDeck with a grip case on it. But overall, I love that it can stand up on its own. It's kind of like a vibe. I love the usability of that. I love the cutouts and the machining of this thing overall. I love right here how on the back it still says Valve. So it looks really, really cool. I think this is one of the most sleek and good looking cases on the market. And combine this with the fact that you can get multiple colors. It also comes in purple and a coyote gray, which is really cool. And you have the option to get different color carrying cases as well that are a little bit better than the stock case. So yeah, I think this is a super, super cool case and accessory, and I think something that every SteamDeck owner needs to try. Now, I did want to mention this video is not sponsored. I did buy this with my own money, and I think it's well worth every single penny. So far, I'm really loving this thing, and I want to check out some of the other stuff this company, Skull & Co. has. So stay tuned for that. If you did enjoy the video and you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like or even drop a sub if this is your kind of vibe. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Javier.